Okay, Saturday. The first video. I want to go over something quick, right? We'll go through the 10 here. I'm going to have to make this larger because I need weekly on here. But I also want to go through, let me do this first to kind of give you a background. What am I looking for? I think it starts with an S. D will work, right? All right, so this is 10 days, 1 minute chart. Okay, now what I'm going to be, this is just Disney, but we're going to start off. What I'm looking for is the market profile on here. Okay, think of it as a bell curves, and like I say, this is the happy place. Okay, so this is where both bulls and bears were happy. Most amount of volume traded on here. This is what's it called, volume by price, so the amount of volume. So there was a lot of volume here, both long, buy and sell kind of thing. There's some here, it didn't happen, and then here there was a lot of volume on the sell-off. Okay, so this is basically the broker dealers, market makers, and that they took in inventory and they got to get rid of it, so they mark it up and move it up. Not much on here. It's just when it's slow grind, it's just basically short covering. We can see how the people got out of it here with the money flow and unbalanced volume. So let me go through the list here real quick. We'll start off with SPX. Okay. And then I'm going to need another list, edit list here. That's not what I want. I want need a new one for Saturday here. My collection. Saturday. Okay, summary. So I need the symbols on here. This will work. So it's so do we have SPX there? Then we'll just do comp Q. Okay, all right. So going back. Okay, so I don't want that one. We'll do SPY then. And okay, so this is what we have going on. So this is how I'm looking at it. Okay, so you have a lot of supply over the top on here. Okay, so what we did is when we had our break on here, we had a gap break on Wednesday, and it traded all the way down on Wednesday, right? Yes, traded all the way down. Okay, then lucky for you guys, took the long calls because they were cheap, and then all the newbies that got in here, they bought puts and they ended up with nothing. But here we have the market profile, right? So here's a lot of overhead supply. So on Friday, we moved all the way up into where this overhead supply is, and we tried to attempt to fill the gap. We got about halfway through it. That's fine. I'm not looking for a gap fill on here all the way. What I'm looking for is a continuation lower. So anything under, we'll say here, we'll say 236 and a quarter. That look for more sell-off. And I posted a point and figure chart on Friday at Twits, and the S&P can fall to 2100 and still be in a bullish phase. Okay, what's that? About 10% or so, a little more than 10. Or 10 would be 230, right? Whatever, you know what I'm saying. All right, so there's overhead supply, so I just want to run through it. One thing that just caught my attention here is that money flowed in here on the dip. So you may have a situation here. Typically, this is telling me that the strong hands are owning this, but the unbalanced volume is, you have your dip buyers who bought the dip, and they're talking about this being a one-off. For a one-off, it'd have to take out the highs, have to get through all this supply, have to go to new highs, and the angle of ascent would increase, and we're going to begin to start seeing divergences in indicators because of how deep this was, like what took out 2 or 3 weeks worth of trade. So we'll just run through here. So this is SPY, and what was the comp Q? So this would be QQQ, and you can see how it came up into the happy place here, banged off of it and came down. Here you can see where unbalanced volume is typically, I call the little guy, the onesie twosie guy, he got out of it. Okay, so there's no little guy in Qs. You did have people who bought up in here and they had to puke it up. So what I'm looking for is, all right, so this is the deal. This part, all of this was easy. The sell-off in this was easy. okay, for the trade, right? I laid it out for you here, right? So now this is where it gets to be a little more difficult. Basically, if we slide through here, 136.75, it's going to be, it's going to slide for a while, all right? If it goes up, there's the angle of ascent's going to increase, but you see here where it ran into problems. I thought on Friday we'd actually close a little bit lower, but the folks are still supporting it. So QQQ, so I guess it would be Russell or DIA for the Dow. And you can see here, there's a ton of overhead supply up in here at 210. The Dow is going to have some serious problems. So basically, if I was a pro, I'd be selling 210 calls until I'm blue in the face, you know, that kind of thing. Basically, but you know, you can buy the underline, sell the calls, you know, sell twice as many calls, and then buy a put against it. I don't think the Dow is going to hit 210 for a while here. You can see people tried to come in on this one here, and the money's still out of it here. This does look like a bear flag. What do we have? What are the MDY? MDY. I know what I'm looking for. I could actually make a scan of these, couldn't I? ETFs. All right, so MDY is mid caps. You can see overhead supply here. This would be support for right now. 305.5, probably come down. So we'll probably come down and test this stuff and fart around before we roll over. Remember, we do have the sell and make go away kind of thing. Don't worry about POTUS and all this other stuff. The only risk that I can see to the upside is if they give a tax-free day. I believe George Bush Sr. had a tax-free day where people could bring back the money, and that started off the bull market, but we're kind of in the late stages here. You can see actually money coming out of it on the way up. And let's see here. How do I do a list here? We'll do it. That was D, right? All right. And if I go to markets, and what am I looking for? Major market summary. Market summary. Homework. I'm already here. And market indexes. So this is be indexes. So I need to do like the utilities and stuff. So we then go over to here. We go find. What's this? Facebook. Oh, I don't want Facebook. What am I looking for? SPX. I don't want that. This will work. What I'm looking for now is the world famous homepage. Boy, this is really not working out for Harry Kev. Come on, buddy. Faster, load. What is the problem? Yeah, I've been having some attacks myself here. We're hanging. All right. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the home page. That is the movement page. Oh, it's down below it. Come on now. Man, oh man. This is where I should tell you a joke. All right. Market overview, market summary. Okay. Then I want it in the ETFs. ETF. How did I find this in the market summary before? Okay, so DIASPY. Nasdaq Composite 1Q. And then I go back and do 1Q. Oh, that's a new symbol for Kelly. 1Q. And what's the volume? 30,000. Yep. Okay. So here's the overhead supply here. You can see overhead supply. So this is going to have a problem at 241. So I would probably play the short side. There's no volume here, so they can come back in. Because this is overhead resistance, and it held. All right. So we're going to have to see about Sunday then. Market indexes. We're done with that page. All right, major transports, utilities, IYT, and Qs, IBM, IWM, IWV. All right, what I'll do is I'll leave it at this and then scan and come back. I think I'm going to just make this whole video over again. All right, bye.